What's going on, YouTube? This is Chris Six, and I'm coming at you guys with WWE's Smackdown live results review and the Mixed Match Challenge results and review. Now, tonight started off with Daniel Bryan coming out there. Really fucking big news tonight. Daniel Bryan come out. It was actually broke earlier today. USA Today broke it. WWE broke it. Got the notification. But Daniel Bryan has been officially released to and cleared from in-ring, wrestling in-ring matches. So now Daniel Bryan has been, like I said, cleared to come back to in-ring performing for WWE. So now he isn't just the GM anymore of SmackDown. He's now able to get in the ring and wrestle as well. Before all of the fact of Daniel Bryan coming out to the ring and letting everybody know, they end up putting together a little vignette package for him, honoring him as a in-ring performer, not just as the GM, but showing different stages of his career, winning the championship during WrestleMania, and a few other, highlights of his career over the last few years, and then showcasing the retirement speech that he gave, leading into his, now back to being medically cleared, showing some of that, also some of the tweets and everything when it broke that he's, back. He also talks about what happened last week on SmackDown with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking out Shane McMahon at the end after Shane McMahon announces that he is stepping down as the commissioner of SmackDown Live for a little while, and he need to take a break from everything that's been happening and going on. But like I said, they end up jumping him at the end of last week's SmackDown and taking him out of pretty much of commission, the commissioner out of commission. Funny, haha. But we end up getting told that Kevin and Sami is not there currently. He's still waiting on them, so he'll address them later this evening, is what he said, and get things situated with what ended up happening last week. Now, the next match we end up having was Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and this is a rematch from last week. Aiden English was out there by the aid of Rusev, and Shinsuke actually picked up the win over Rusev, but Aiden English jumped into the ring afterwards. AJ Styles was sitting by ringside. He was taking care of, pretty much business and scouting out Shinsuke for this match at WrestleMania that he's, been given from winning the Royal Rumble. Now, AJ Styles actually got up and was getting ready to walk over there, taking his good old time, but Shinsuke ended up getting through the mugging at the end, and it was quite impressive to see. Next, we end up seeing a little package backstage of Shinsuke and AJ Styles. Shinsuke telling AJ that he didn't need his help, and he said, "I got something to say." And AJ said, "What? I know, you're going to win the championship at WrestleMania." And Shinsuke said, "No, you need to just have some more confidence in yourself." And he said he's coming for him. So I can't wait to see this match. This match has been hyped for a while. I can't wait to see this match against Shinsuke and AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Now, for the last few weeks, I've been wondering what happened to Ty Dillinger. Baron Corbin's had some face recently, but they end up having a match with Ty Dillinger and Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin ended up picking up the win over the Perfect 10 Ty Dillinger. I don't really know what this match was, if it was just filler. I didn't even know that there was a feud going on between the two of them. I don't even know if there really is. I can't remember. I really don't remember. I mean, that's pretty bad when, WWE isn't stressing enough of their storylines, and they're doing all that bullshit filler, when you can't even remember if there's a storyline out of it or not. It's sad, but like I said, Baron Corbin picked up the win over Ty Dillinger. We end up seeing a bit with Natalya and Charlotte backstage, bickering a little bit, and end up enticing a match out of Charlotte, and it was a non-title match for the women's division, and Natalya, and Charlotte, they end up getting this match made by Daniel Bryan, so it was official for this evening. Now, during the match between Natalya and Charlotte, Carmella actually comes running out because Charlotte is laying knocked out in the middle of the ring, and Carmella was actually trying to cash in her Miss Money in the Bank, handing it to the ref. The ref not getting an opportunity to get over to the timekeeper's area to make it official yet. Charlotte pretty much got up and went to try to take out Carmella, and there was Natalya. Natalya ended up sneaking up, getting that 1, 2, 3, and picking up that win. And that's a pretty hefty win going into WrestleMania. We're just a couple weeks out from WrestleMania, y'all, and that is a pretty big win over the champ going into WrestleMania against Asuka. I mean, how is she going to stand about losing and all that? And the confidence level going into WrestleMania against Asuka, knowing that she has this streak, this undefeated streak for 500 some odd days and in NXT, and carrying on here into the main roster into Raw, WWE. Next, we end up having a little segment with Jimmy Uso. He called out one of the Bludgeon Brothers and trying to seek vengeance for what happened to Jay a couple weeks ago, and it was very, very uneventful for Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso ended up getting laid waste by Luke Harper. Luke Harper ended up taking him out, picking up the win for the Bludgeon Brothers over top of Jimmy Uso of the Usos. It was also made official that this United States Championship match at WrestleMania is going to be a triple threat. Jinder Mahal versus Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton. And Jinder Mahal come out cutting a promo about what's going to happen at WrestleMania. Bobby Roode come out and interrupted him. Randy Orton come out and interrupt the both of them, pretty much telling them guys to fuck off. So he's going to end up retaining. Do I think that Orton is going to retain? Hell yeah, I fucking hope he retains. Is it going to happen? Probably not. I have this feeling that that Mahal's either going to pick it up or they're going to be putting it back on the waist of Bobby Roode for like a rematch issue. But I don't know. I don't see WWE letting Randy Orton keep this United States Championship belt all too much awful longer now that he's got his Grand Slam, and just for the fact of where he's at in his career, and the fact that they've got two guys that's more fresh faced to try to push for this championship belt. I don't agree with that if that's what they were to do, though. I really think that Randy Orton should retain during WrestleMania. He's a lot better of a technical wrestler than I think than Jinder Mahal. Not much, probably more than Bobby Roode, but I think he's a little bit more of a technical wrestler than Jinder Mahal. The next match we end up having was a women's tag team match for the women's division, and it was Becky Lynch and Naomi versus Team Riot Squad. Yeah, Team Riot Squad. Ooh. I'm not really a fan of them, but whatever be it. They are pretty relentless and ruthless in the ring. I will give them that. But Becky Lynch and Naomi end up picking up the win over the Riot Squad. A very, very nice win they picked up. Gotta give it to them girls. It was a very well fought match. I quite enjoy watching the women's division in WWE. It's just gotten a lot stronger over the years. Yes, there is some flops. Not everything's perfect. I think a lot of fans that are out there critiquing the women's division and pointing out shit like the women's Royal Rumble match falling short for what it should have been. But, you guys got to think, the men had to start somewhere too. They've had just as many flops over the years. These women are now finally given the opportunity of the lifetime, that they've needed years ago that they've never gotten. And, this whole thing of their little bit of flubs and all that over the last few years since the women's revolution, to me, it's no different from the men. They've got to start somewhere. Now that they're given the opportunity, I can see these women, doing just as good as the men, if not better, in a lot of these types of events. A lot of these women are hella performers, and they know that they're in a man's world, pretty much. I mean, wrestling was considered a man's world for years. So, they know what they're up against, and they know what, how much heart and soul they've got to put into, this to make it in this business. Now, for the last of SmackDown. This is disheartening. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn end up showing up before a commercial break, and Daniel Bryan says, he's told this, and he tells who he was told this by. He said to have them meet him in the ring, and he gets out to the ring. Commercial break comes back, and he gets out to the ring. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out to the ring, and he pretty much lays it on the line. He fires Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, this does not go without any issues. This has all kinds of issues. They end up attacking Daniel Bryan, now knowing that he has been given the release for in-ring performance. They started to attack Daniel Bryan, and it wasn't good for them for a little bit, because Daniel Bryan actually fought back. We got some of them yes kicks. We've seen him doing the corner dives like he does. The high octane little Daniel Bryan, he was all up in that shit, and then he got taken out with a power bomb to the outside of the ring on the apron, and that's where SmackDown cut off, with him getting pulled out by medical on a stretcher, and that's where we got into the Mixed Match Challenge. When we started up the Mixed Match Challenge tonight, we opened up with them still carting off Daniel Bryan, saying that, it's going to be a second. This is not how we usually open up our show or anything. This is what ended up happening. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking out Daniel Bryan. Before I get in the Mixed Match Challenge, just want to cover a couple things. The crowd in Dallas tonight was really, really fucking relentless to Kevin and Sami. During different parts, the crowd was chanting out, "You're still fired." You got the na 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 na, hey hey, goodbye thing. The crowd was going ham, all on booing Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And I like the fact of seeing a riled up crowd like that. We don't get too many of those. Chicago's a good place to go for a riled up crowd, but Dallas tonight was a very good reacting crowd. So tonight's SmackDown was kind of eventful. Moving forward for WrestleMania, helping push and propel, better than Raw last night. My rating for SmackDown itself it's actually pretty high. I'm gonna have to say that it's probably a 4 for me out of a 5-star show. Moving forward, like I said, for WrestleMania, could have been a little better, but it was what it was. Now, the Mixed Match Challenge results review. we end up having Team Little Big versus Team Asuka. Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman versus Asuka and The Miz. And the Miz ended up getting taken out pretty early on in the match with a, I don't know what you want to call it, a spear or whatever. He got rammed through the damn barricade. And he was taken out pretty early on by Braun, and we end up pretty much having it left up to Asuka and Alexa Bliss to carry on the match most of the way. And Alexa Bliss got a couple quick pins on Asuka, a couple 2 counts, almost getting over on her. And I was pulling for Team Little Big, but Asuka and Miz end up picking up the win in the end with Asuka, giving a hell of an armbar at the end. Alexa Bliss tapping out to Asuka's submission hold in the center of the ring. And like they said, honestly, the Miz and Asuka won, but the Miz didn't even look like he was part of that winning team. I mean, he was still laying on the ground all in a heap. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, favorite, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Go on over to Baby Danny Land. Hit that subscribe button on her channel. She is on the road to 20. Go on over to It's a Rome Thing Every Day. Share some love with him. He's trying to help out a fellow food reviewer, Pet Monster, and bringing his YouTube channel back. So share the love. We're all into this together. Create, not hate. So be kind and share the love over there, trying to bring back Pet Monster's YouTube. Going over to Scotty Pockets Gaming. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on him. He is almost to 100. Whatever you guys are doing is fucking working. So keep up the good work and getting his channel to 100. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below here. We are on the road to 50. We're just a few away. Come on, guys, share the love on this. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you join the notification squad. That way you know when these videos are being posted, especially if you guys are wrestling fans. These videos are posted every week without fail, usually. We end up doing the pay-per-views. I'm going to probably be covering a lot of stuff from WrestleMania weekend, so be sure to check back for that. We do live streams, so if you guys are into games, be sure to subscribe here. So because we live stream games, we also do food reviews, we do movie reviews, music reviews. I've got a big music review planned later next month for you guys. I was going to do it this month, but I'm pushing it to next month to make sure this video is A quality for you guys. That's what I like to try to do, is make the best looking videos that I can to push this channel. I've still got 2 chip videos, count them, 2 chip videos to put up. I've got a Funyuns Steakhouse and Doritos Blaze. Those will be probably going up tonight. More than likely. We'll probably be live streaming later tonight, so be sure to check that out and go over to Baby Danny Land, because we will be live streaming over there more than likely tonight too. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I got to cover. I don't think there's really anything else I've got to cover. I've got a couple reviews for you guys later. I plan on doing also alongside this music Pink Floyd review for you guys next month. I've actually just watched the Women's Evolution WWE 24 episode come out the other day, and I've got a review on that I'm going to do. Also got coming up next month, I will probably be going with Baby Danny Land to the new Super Troopers 2 movie, so we'll probably be giving a review on that also. So if you guys are into Super Troopers the movie, we are reviewing part 2. So be sure to check back for that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We'll probably be doing Blockers too. That'll probably be another review we'll be doing of Blockers. I can't think of anything else. So yeah, love, peace, chicken grease. Like, subscribe, share, favorite, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm going to see you guys later this evening. So be kind to one another. Bye.